Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel today. This is Paul at Kentucky Tacklebox. Today I want to talk a little bit about modifying spinner baits and a specific modification, combining a couple of lures I had laying around in my tackle box. So starting off, most spinner baits typically will show up with, when you buy them stock, they'll come with a couple different types of blades. Sometimes they'll have willow blades, sometimes they'll have Colorado blades, sometimes Indiana blades, sometimes a combination of both. And like in this particular one here, there's a gold colored Colorado on the front and a chrome plated willow on the back. And they vary in weight sizes. You can get them from like 1/8 ounce up to quite a bit. I think you can get well over even 1/2 ounce into bigger sizes than that. So, and for example, I've just brought a scale out here to kind of just show you a couple of weights on them. Okay, so this one laying it out on the scale is coming in at right about 1/2 of an ounce. And then if you add a trailer, that's going to add a little more weight to it. But let's say you've got a smaller spinner bait and you want to throw it out going fishing, but you need a little more mass on it. So you've got a couple options. Aside from adding a larger, maybe soft plastic to the back of it, one of the other things you may do is modify it, maybe remove some of the blades off the backside and perhaps add a second hook or something like that. That's something I've talked about actually in a previous video. But today I was looking and I got an idea of using a small Roostertail, adding it on the back instead. So here's one that I've built up. So what I've taken here, this is a pretty lightweight. I think this is like an 1/8 ounce or 3/16 ounce rooster tail, or excuse me, I'm sorry, spinnerbait. And then what I've added is a 1/16 ounce rooster tail that I had in my tackle box. So I just removed the back blade on this because this was a single blade spinnerbait. And then I added the 16th ounce rooster tail to the back. So basically, the lure now it kind of is like a version of a mini umbrella rig, I guess is a good example of it. So if I weigh it out on the scale here, let me turn the scale back on. Okay, let me zero it out. Okay, so if I weigh this one out, and this is with the 1/16 ounce rooster tail added to the spinnerbait, this comes in at about 0.37 ounces. So it's about, let's just say a little more than 1/3 of an ounce. So it's a little smaller than the 1/2 ounce sizes, but it still gives you plenty of good casting distance, and it gives a little bit of a different look to throw to the fish. So, and the nice thing about it is, these 1/16 ounce, normally you throw these type of lures on like a light or an ultralight rod, but this way you can throw them on a heavier rod, like a medium light or a medium rod, or maybe even a medium heavy, depending on the weight of your original spinner bait. So it's another way to kind of throw a different look at the fish, kind of give them something different to think about as you're working your baits through the water. And the nice thing about it is, if you've got some old lures like this in your tackle box that you haven't been using because you're using heavier gear, you're not doing maybe a lot of ultralight fishing at the moment, this is a great way to use up some of these lures. Just add them on and then give yourself a different look. And you may find as you get out there and fish that this might be just the right thing on the right day. You get out there and throw this out, and you might start getting them to hammer your bait. So playing around with lures and kind of making slight modifications always kind of gives the fish a new look, and that's kind of the name of the game when it comes to the fishing. So thanks again as always for watching, and get out on the water when you can. We're just about to break free of this super hot weather we've been having in Kentucky the last couple of weeks, so it's going to be just about ideal fishing here in the next couple of days. So thanks for again, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.